Hey, hi, hello, it's Rebecca Marie and welcome to the Align and Sunshine Club. It can be a lonely journey leveling up and I'm here to go through it with you. I'm a 21-year-old navigating life as a young founder with big dreams, personality, and the hope of inspiring more people to take on the challenge of finding themselves, their happiness, and alignment with their best self. I'm all about showing up as the person you want to be. So stick around if this is a bit of you and prepare to feel like sunshine. Hey, hi, hello, it's Rebecca Marie and welcome to the podcast. This is the Align and Sunshine Club and I am so excited to have you here. I have wanted to create a potty for the longest time. Like, it has been something I've wanted to do for probably a couple years now and I just never knew what the topic should be. But I've wanted to do it and I love a chat. I love a yarn. If you're one of my good friends, you know that I am an absolute sucker for sending voice memos or like Snapchat videos. It's criminally bad, to be honest. Like, I send really long voice memos and it has to be a story time. Like, there's no way I'm just going to give you like the basic details. Like, I want to tell everyone everything. I want to get into like the nitty gritty. You will be left with no questions after I send you a voice memo. You get all the details in there. So I feel like doing a potty just makes sense. I love a chat, I love a yarn, and I love sharing my knowledge with other people. And this just seemed like a really fun way to do that. And it's kind of crazy to me that anybody can just buy a mic and set it up and start posting podcasts. Like, does that not blow anyone else's mind? Like, who gave me permission to do this? Not myself. Only me. But I love it. So anyways, we're here. We're starting the podcast. It's finally happening. And yeah, I'm very excited to be here. If you're watching the visual podcast, which will be on my YouTube, you can probably see how much I'm grinning. I don't think I've been able to stop grinning since I started recording this. So I'm very excited. And I hope that you guys are excited too. So let's just get on into it. What we're going to be doing here and what you guys can expect from each episode. So you know that you should be showing up each week to get the info. So pretty much each episode is going to be based around one topic, and the topics will vary, but it's going to be different things I've learned from my self-development journey. So it could be stuff about knowing your worth. It could be techniques I've put into place, holding yourself accountable. They're all going to be pretty broad topics, but I'm going to get into them and unpack why I do different things, why I started doing them, and what impact they've had on my life since I've started doing them. So it's just going to be a lot of the things that I've learned and wish I knew sooner, from different books, from different movies, from different mentors. And yeah, hopefully you guys can put these things into play in your own lives, start asking yourselves the same questions that I'm asking myself, and hopefully you'll see results out of that. But yeah, I feel like a podcast is the perfect place to share this info because I get a lot of questions from you guys around the topics that I will be covering in future episodes. And I love replying to everyone. But as I just said, I do not like texting. I prefer voice memos and everything. And people who are messaging me probably, I feel not weird. I could send you guys all voice memos if I wanted to. But it would just be easier to be like, hey, it's on the podcast. Check it out. Listen along every week and you'll get the answers that you want. So yeah, that's why we're doing this and that's what we're going to be covering. So the first few episodes will just be me and I'll be talking you through a heap of my experiences. And then we're also going to have some really cool guests. I have got some absolutely awesome people lined up and some other people I am thinking about asking who are just doing some really cool things or are on some really cool journeys and just have some information that I think would be really valuable to share with you guys. So that'll be that. I'll be interviewing them and the theme of asking everybody, we'll get to know a little bit about whoever comes on. We'll find out why they do what they do, what they love, and how they take care of themselves and how they show up for themselves. So I think that'll be really interesting. The people who I'll be talking to will definitely have some cool things to say. And I think it's going to be awesome to hear about how other people put self-development and self-work, like bring it into their lives, like how they, just, it won't all be me. We'll have some guests. And one thing I definitely do want to add, so that's the plan. That is my plan and I'm very excited about the plan. But I also do want to point out that if you guys want to hear a specific topic or you guys want to hear a specific person on here, whether it's someone you've seen on my socials or it's someone else. I would love to know what you guys think. So if you guys could message me on Instagram, we are at the Align and Sunshine Club. I think it's just Align and Sunshine Club. Or my personal socials are It's Rebecca Marie. You should fully send me a message or comment on one of our posts, just letting me know what you want to hear from me, because I love this. Like, this is made for you guys. This isn't just made so I can hear my own voice. Like, yes, I love a chat. And if no one listens, at least I will have had a really big chat with my microphone, and we're just having a good time. We're just hanging out. But yeah, if you do want to hear something, I want to help you guys, and I want to provide a podcast that is motivating and inspiring and gives you the information that you need or that you can't find anywhere else. And so yeah, we want to make you happy. I want to make you happy. So please let me know if there's something specific that you want. Yeah, this is a community. This is a club, and yeah, we're gonna make it work for everybody in the club. So do let me know. But yeah, that's what we're doing. Just wanted to get that little bit out of the way at the beginning. And now we can just kind of roll into some Q&As, get to know me a little bit better. I think the more we go through this and the more content that comes out of this, you guys will just automatically get to know me better. I feel like in the last maybe 6 months, over the last year, I've been getting a lot better at showing my actual personality on my social media, and I love it. Recently, we've had a lot of comments on my TikTok, which is by Rebecca Marie, that people are like, your happiness is contagious. And I'm like, oh, stop it. Like, that's the goal, isn't it? Like, I want people to feel like sunshine. And that is why we're the Align and Sunshine Club. Maybe I'll explain the name as well. Let's do that. Let's have a chat about that, because of this name. Let me tell you, this name is cool. I like this name. Took me a solid while to figure out what I thought the podcast should be about. Like, as I said, I've wanted to do a podcast for a really long time. And when I realized I wanted it to be about personal development, I was like, what do I call it? It's like, should I call it the Hey, Hi, Hello, Hello podcast? And then I was like, I feel like I can't call it the Hey, Hi, Hello, Hello podcast, because imagine going, hey, hi, hello, hello, it's Rebecca Marie, and welcome back to the Hey, Hi, Hello, Hello podcast. And also, what does Hey, Hi, Hello, Hello mean? Like, yes, it is my catchphrase, and yes, I say it all the time, and I love it, and it makes me happy to say. But like, what does Hey, Hi, Hello, Hello mean? How is it going to show up in like search engines? Anyways, it didn't work, and I was like, what do I do? So I started brainstorming all these words that describe me and describe what I want to do. And I put a poll up on my Instagram, and I was like, when you think of me, what do you think of? And I got all these words, and it was actually really fun to see what people think. And one that kept showing up was sunshine. And I love being told that I give off the vibe of sunshine. I love being related to sunshine, and I love making other people feel like sunshine, because I feel like, isn't that just the highest compliment, that you have such good energy that you can make somebody else feel all glowy and happy inside? And that's how we want people to feel when they finish listening to this podcast, and when they're working on themselves and on these amazing journeys. We want you to feel like sunshine. So that's where the sunshine part came from. And then this year, my word has really been alignment, and finding alignment with my highest and my best self, and kind of the version of myself that I want to be. Just finding alignment in all aspects of my life. And yeah, just feeling aligned with friends, with work, and just feeling like I'm on the right path. And so that's kind of where that came from too. Obviously, it rhymes, the Align and Sunshine Club. And we're a club because we're a community. The end goal is for us to have a really cool community here of people who are all working on themselves, and we all want to support each other and build each other up, because there is so much room for collaboration, and there is not enough of it in my eyes. It's too much competition. There is room enough for everybody to grow. If every single person on the planet was working on themselves, guess what? That's fine. Like, you're never going to run out of space for people to work on themselves. And I just think it's crazy when people are dimming each other's lights. And we don't want that. And if you are working on yourself, you probably don't want that either. So we're a club, a place, a safe space. We're a safe space. Everybody's supportive here. If you're not, you can leave. You're not welcome in the club if you're not on the good vibes. The goal is to make everybody in the club feel like sunshine on their journey to alignment. So that's kind of why we're here. That's the hype. I love the name. I love what we're doing. And now we can actually get into the Q&A. As I said before, these questions were asked on my Instagram. So it's stuff that you guys actually want to know, which is really cool. So we'll just get into them, and I'll go in some little story times and maybe tell you guys some other things if I feel like they come up and you should know them. So yeah. First off, was my favorite color, and I think we have to go with pink. It's absolutely pink. I absolutely adore pink with my whole heart. I'm wearing pink right now. My bed sheets are pink. The box that the microphone is resting on is pink. I look around my room and pretty much, I'd say like 60% of the stuff in my room is pink. I don't know. I actually have a lot of clothes. I don't know. Anyways, I love pink. You can't go wrong with it. It makes me really happy. And I love it. I hope that everybody else likes pink because a lot of our branding is pink. Who do I look to for fashion inspo? I look to a lot of people. I don't really like following fast fashion influencers, but the three that I do follow are Emma, Sophie, and Knits from the That's So Sabotage group. They have the most iconic girl boss friendship, and wow, I just want to be like them. They are absolutely amazing and absolutely inspiring, and their outfits are always gorgeous. So I definitely follow them for that. But also, like, if there's an outfit I want to style something for, or there's like a piece that I'm not really sure how to style, I'll just look up the piece on Pinterest to be like styling loafers, styling an oversized blazer, and kind of just go from there and see what you like. I love a Pinterest board. Yeah. And then what background do I come from? Not sure if this means like where did I grow up, or I don't know. We'll give you like the different answers that we can go for that. But I originally grew up in England until I turned 9, and then we moved to Auckland, my close family. And then as soon as I finished high school, I moved to Wellington to go to university. But I dropped out of university, and we will cover that more in a future episode about my business and career journey. But yeah, that's like my background as in like the country, I guess. And then my background of what I do. Oh, we haven't even covered what I do. Should we talk about what I do? What don't I do? Okay. I work on my sustainable swimwear line, Sustainzy. I make bikinis out of plastic collected from the ocean. Been doing this for about 4 years. Once again, I'll cover this in a episode about my business journey. What else do I do? I sell secondhand clothes. I have a social media presence, so I do sustainable fashion content and self-development content. Recently, it's been a lot more self-development content, and I am loving that shift. But I definitely still have a huge passion for sustainable fashion. Oh, that rhymed. That was like the Bratz doll thing, isn't it? It's like, I've got a huge passion for sustainable fashion. I like it. Oh my God, am I a Bratz doll now? Yay. What else do I do? I've been interning at Level Up with Linda Jenkinson for the past 11 months, which is really cool. I work with a heap of awesome New Zealand founders who are being coached by Linda to build billion-dollar businesses. So that's been a really cool internship. Been mentored by my business mentor, Jenny. She is an absolute icon and one of my biggest role models. If you're close to me, you know how much I love Jenny. If you're listening to this podcast, you're going to hear about Jenny a lot. She's a legend. Everyone needs a Jenny, and hopefully this podcast can be some of your Jennies. What else do I do? I use a co-working space to do my work. I do that social media work. I worked for TVNZ for a little bit with a segment on one of their shows, The Feed. Yeah, I do quite a bit and I love it, and it's always changing. I've been hustling since probably like over 5 years now. Side hustles, anything I can, trying to make some money, learning about marketing. And I love it. I absolutely love it. So that is what I get up to in my time. It's very varied. Every week is different. Every day is different. I never really know what I'm going to get up to when I wake up in the morning, but I am obsessed with my life and I wouldn't change it. And I feel like I've got to a really happy place right now. So that is who I am, what I do. And then I guess this question, if it relates to like what background do I come from? I was a student with a passion for sustainable fashion and business, and those really brought together Sustainzy and my rentals business I had before that, and selling secondhand clothes, and all of my little side hustles have really come from a love of both business and sustainable fashion. So my background is being a student and having those passions, I guess. Like, it's not like I've been in a specific career path to get me to where I am now. I've just kind of followed what I enjoy doing and gone with it when it feels right. Cool beans. Next question. What got me into this journey, or when it started? Okay, I love this. So my self-development journey has been happening ever since I moved out of home. I moved out of home to become more independent and to increase my happiness. I wasn't very happy in Auckland and needed a change and needed a shift. And when I moved to Wellington, I also wasn't very happy. I was in halls, and I definitely expected that when I left Auckland, I would just automatically feel better. Like, I thought that everything would be okay once I got away from the things that were really, I thought, were bringing me down, and they definitely were. But turns out there's other things that can make you unhappy. And so, yeah, I kind of struggled when I was in halls, and I wanted to leave Wellington. But I stayed, I stuck it out, and eventually ended up liking it. And I think the year after I got out of halls, so that would be 2021, last year, I really started like unpacking my self-development journey, reading more books, taking care of myself better. And it still wasn't perfect. I was still healing from a lot of the things that had brought me all of that unhappiness. But this year, I moved into a flat with some really awesome people. They were strangers to me when I moved in. I moved in November last year, and they are amazing. And I think getting away from all the people who had made me so unhappy or been around me when I was in such a state of unhappiness was so great. And so, yeah, everything's been really different. I've been in here, I've been working on myself, and been very just committed to it. And so I think it started when I left home, but I do think that it's properly kicked off this year, which has been really awesome. My tips for aspiring entrepreneurs. More of this will definitely come in a future episode. But make sure it's something like first off is make sure it's something you're passionate about. As I just said, everything that I've done has come from a place of loving what I'm talking about and loving what I'm doing. Like, I think it's so important to not just try and be like the expert on something that everybody's an expert on because it's popular. Like, you want to be an expert on something that you love. Like, you don't want to be bored of what you're talking about, and you don't want to be bored about your business. Like, you have to love it with your heart and soul, because starting a business isn't easy. And if you don't enjoy it, why would you go through all of that struggle? So that's definitely like my number one. I think we're just going to leave it at that, and we're definitely going to cover more of this in the future. So stay tuned if that was you who asked this and you do want to know more. Yeah. Then we've got top tips to get through the day. I like this. I like this a lot. So right now I'm actually doing 75 hard, which is a challenge. You should Google it if you want to hear about it. Otherwise, I'll be doing a full episode on this in a couple of weeks. And I have been working out every day, 2 times for this challenge. And then there's obviously a lot of working out. My body is tired, but also it's made me really happy. I'm feeling really good in my body, and also just it gives me that mental clarity every day. So to get through the day, move your body. Even if you're only going for a walk, like walking down to the co-working space I work out of is so great. So yeah, moving your body, taking some time for you. I think making sure once again that you do have something you're really passionate about. I'm really lucky that the work that I do, I am really passionate about and really excited about. And so it doesn't even feel like work. And so I don't have to take that much time for myself. But yeah, like treating yourself, making sure you do have that time for yourself when you need it. And mine would probably also be talking to people that fill your cup up. And so for me, if I'm at the co-working space, there's other really motivated founders around. One of my friends is an employee of Creative HQ, which is the place that I go and work out of. So I get to see him. And that is just so fun. And if that's not enough, calling one of your friends when you get home, I would just send a lot of Snapchat videos, just like having those conversations that fill your cup. I think that's really important as well. So those would be my main tips for getting through the day. Moving your body, doing something you're passionate about, and filling your cup with happiness, and then also filling your cup with talking to some really cool people and just people who fill your cup. What else do we have? Okay, there's only a few more questions. When am I the most productive? This really depends, because I used to be a huge night owl and would just get into like these huge hustle modes in the evening. But now I think I've gotten a grip on that. And now it would be when I'm at the co-working space. So when I go down to Creative HQ and I'm in my zone, I know that my brain can be switched on when I'm down there, and that the main purpose of being down there is to work. So when I'm at Creative HQ, When I'm passionate about what I'm doing. And I know I've been really repetitive on that one so far, but all these questions are kind of similar. When I'm the most productive, when it's something I want to be doing. You know, when you have a uni assessment and you do not want to do it and you procrastinate. You procrastinate because it's not that interesting and it makes it harder. But if it's a topic that you're really interested about, it'll seem easier and you'll want to do it because it's fun. So if you're passionate about it, I think that's really important. So yeah, when I'm at Creative HQ and when I'm in the zone, when I'm passionate about it, that is when I'm the most productive. How do I find my inspiration? Oh, I like this one. Okay, I don't know, once again, what this means. Like, does this mean inspiration? I honestly am very inspired by the people that I work with at my internship. So Jenny, my business mentor, she is my absolute role model, as I have just said, but also being surrounded by such amazing people. Like, I am so grateful for Level Up and everything that's taught me and all the people I constantly get to be surrounded by and in the same networks as. Like, just being surrounded by people who are doing cool things. And over the last couple of years, I've really made sure that my network around me is doing cool things. I've got a lot of friends who they just amaze me. I did some courses with Creative HQ and met these other people who were just so kind and lovely and driven, and we're all doing different things, but we can all think the same way when we want to. And I think that's just really awesome. So honestly, I find most of my inspiration from the people around me and making sure that I am surrounding myself with people who do inspire me to fill my cup. But also social media. I make sure that my social media followings are really positive and I don't follow anybody who brings me any negativity. And I follow people who do inspire me, so that luckily when I do open my social medias, I am being, once again, surrounded by people who do inspire me and motivate me. What's my motto? Okay, I love this. Every single day, I ask myself, what's one thing I can do today to align with my future self? And this is so important because it's like showing up as the person that you want to be. And that is what I want all of you guys to be doing once you've been listening to this podcast. So showing up as your future self means, like, who do you want to be in the future, right? So like if you look at it and you're like, okay, in 10 years, I want to be somebody who's an absolute girl boss. I want to be getting my nails done all the time. I want to have a great tan, great hair. So you need to be showing up as that. You need to be like giving yourself a fake tan. You need to make the time and the money to go and get your hair done or do it yourself. And I think obviously it's not all about looks. Like, I signed up for the gym because I want to be someone who's healthier and I want to be someone who's fitter. And so I started cooking more vegetables. And it's just stuff like that. Asking yourself such a simple question can really change your outlook on how you go about normal activities from your day and helps with accountability. So yeah, that is definitely my motto. Okay, the next one is, how am I always so happy? I like this. I am not. I just genuinely love being happy. I think that it's addictive, and I think that as soon as you start trusting the universe and really speaking positivity and surrounding yourself with positivity, it kind of grows on you. And I really want everybody to feel like this way. I haven't had a depressive episode in, I think, 68 or maybe even 70 days now, which is really cool because I used to get them really frequently, and I've been tracking the distance between my depressive episodes since I started working on myself. They just keep getting further apart. So I'm not always as happy as I come across, but also, what isn't there to be happy about? If you're happy, like, show that you're happy. Like, I love my little happy dances, and it always shows on my face when I'm excited. And I love that. And I don't think that we should shrink ourselves to be like less excited about things. And it might be something really small, but just show it. And I know that sounds really small, so we will definitely unpack this further in the future because I don't feel like I can wrap up an answer for you so quickly. But I'm not always happy. I'm not always happy, and I do show that on my socials. Definitely am not trying to spread that toxic positivity thing. Like, you can be unhappy, but I just love being happy, and I do want more people to be happy, and that's what we're here for. Hopefully that was a good enough. I feel like that really went like around the bush, that answer, but I like it. And then we had some questions about what's the potty about. We've covered that. What made me want to start the potty? Just really like wanting to share my wisdom and sharing what I know with you guys and finding like a good way to kind of create that community that I feel like everybody needs. You need that network around you of awesome source people. And this is how we're going to do that. So that was that. And how did I go about getting ready to start? I actually did a bit of research into like what I should get from Mike and stuff, and I really wanted to get a pink one really badly. And then talked to my friend Finn, who runs the LNAV podcast, and he was like, nah, get the Rode Mini USB. And I was like, no, I don't want to. It's not pink. It's not pink. That's not good enough for me. And I ended up doing it because it's really good and it's way better. And this is it here on the video thing. If you guys can see it, I absolutely adore it. And anyways, I also went and met up with Finn, and we actually filmed another episode for LNAV, LNAV's rebrand that's happening very soon. And I asked Finn to give me a rundown on like how to potty. And we did that, which was really fun and just kind of set me up. But also I just took a leap and jumped into it. I didn't do too much to set myself up for it. I just did that little lesson with Finn, planned out all the episodes I want, what I actually want to do, planned out my theme. I did a lot of like admin planning, just to make sure I knew what my goals were and why I want to do this for you guys. And making it like designing the socials. We all know I love designing some marketing material, so I've done a lot of that. But yeah, not that much. Just jumped into it and decided to just give it a go. And potties that I want to work with in the future. There's obviously quite a few. I don't know if it's like potties specifically. LNAV, but this is for you. But also, I think it's mainly people. I have some really, really cool people in my life, and I really want to share their stories with other people, and let you guys get to know them as well as I know them. So that is the goal of that. I think it's more focused on like people than it is like working with specific podcasters. But I do want to work with LNAV. Plug. Follow them on Instagram. But yeah, those are all of the questions, and I'm so excited to have you guys here. I think we're gonna like wrap it up. I think this is the end. I really hope that you guys are as excited as I am. We're going to be covering so much awesome stuff and hopefully teaching you guys a whole lot about yourselves and about how you can grow into those best versions of yourself. And I'm so excited to help you guys do that. So yeah, thank you so much for listening. This was the first potty. And I'm really grateful if you listen the whole way through. Would love feedback, would love ideas, thoughts, anything. Please make sure to follow us on Instagram. And that's kind of it from me. So peace out. See you next week. Love you lots. Thanks for listening. Yay! First potty done. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Oh my God, yay. Oh my God, yay. Thanks so much for listening. You're now part of the club and I love having you here. Make sure to check out our socials at Align and Sunshine Club or mine at It's Rebecca Marie. And I'll see you next week for the next episode. Keep showing up as your best self, you fabulous ray of sunshine. Love you.